You know what? I completely disagree with you there.
Right. What's going on, people? Welcome back to the Toy Cupboard. It's Shannon today, and I'm with my boy Tahib. What's going on? And we're going to be talking about, it's a little bit belated, and it is a little bit late, but we're going to be doing a bdsp review. We've both played it. We've both played practically every Pokemon game released. So yeah, we'll just go through what we talk about it, and we'll actually touch on at the end of the video a bit more Pokemon Presents, which was 2 weeks ago now.
About that?
Yeah, give or take 2 weeks. So yeah, we'll crack on with that. Yeah, so Tyler, what was your initial reaction to BSP? What did you find?
I liked it because obviously I remember the original Diamond and Pearl. Yeah. So I liked that. Obviously, I liked the storyline because for the most part, Pokemon storylines are relatively the same. Obviously, it was one of my favourite in terms of Pokemon you can actually get. The starters, obviously, I always thought were decent. I have to say, the only thing I didn't like was actually the graphics. I thought it looked too childlike. I was expecting it to be what they'd done with the previous remakes, where they'd taken just the old story but updated the graphics. So I was expecting it to be Sword and Shield graphics. Yep. And it wasn't, and I was a bit sad.
See, that is a common occurring thing. I think on a whole, a lot of people sort of have said about, it's called a chibi. That's what they call it. It's called the chibi style in how they've recorded it. Also, I don't know if you know, Game Freak didn't make this one. It was a loan company that Game Freak brought in to do this remake, because I think they were so busy with Arceus and stuff like that, they got them in to do it. And plus,
that might make sense then.
If they balls it up, it's not their problem, is it? It's not on their hands.
That's true.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. The only thing I found, like graphic-wise, I don't know. I adjusted to it at first. It is weird stepping down. I know exactly what you mean. It's weird stepping down from Sword and Shield back down to this, and it feels like, oh, why? And even if you go from like Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, like they were better. But yeah, on a whole, graphics weren't. I don't think it was the graphics as much was bad. I think it's just the style.
Yeah, that's about it. The design of it was just bad. Yeah, it looked too childlike for me.
No, I completely agree. I do. I have to completely agree.
All the characters look like if you gave them a squeeze, they'd squeak.
Yeah, no, they would. Yeah. See, here, this is the one thing that bothered me: the repetitive trainers and the lack of diversity in Pokemon that trainers had. Because everyone seemed to either have a fucking Geodude or a Magikarp, or like I remember there's that one route, and it's you've got all the fishermen, and I think there's like 6 fishermen on this route, and I think there's at least like 12 to 16 Magikarp. And it's like, come on, like...
Because they'll have 6 Pokemon, 5 of them are a Magikarp, and then they have a Goldeen.
Yeah, and then it's just like, you might get the occasional Gyarados. That was the only thing I found. The very, very repetitive with the battle styles, very repetitive within the actual Pokemon. And realistically, I'm not going to sit here and slate it, because I'll play majority of Pokemon games. I actually, the same reason for you, I enjoyed that it was a remake, and it was reasonably true to the original. I didn't find it a real struggle or hard until I got to Cynthia, the final bout, the champion.
Yeah, that's about what I did as well. But I think with me, because I was so worried about the Elite Four, I overtrained. Yeah. So that I think I smashed them the first time I went through.
Oh, yeah.
But then obviously the second time and the third time, I think maybe even the fourth, because they have like 3 different Pokemon teams.
Yeah. I've heard that they've updated. I've done it the first time. I haven't gone back and done it the second time. Main reason being is from BDSP releases, I completed it, done beat the champion, done X amount of other things. Like, I don't know if you've been down in the underground much.
Yeah, that's all I go now.
That is the one thing I've really found I did really enjoy. The underground was a lot better design. It's a lot more fun and interactive. The actual treasure hunting, I find itself, is just like, yeah, you look for a shiny statue, and it's like, oh, but if you don't shiny hunt, what's the point? Yeah. And I do find with a lot of those games, it's like, why am I going to go shiny hunt on BDSP when I can go shiny hunt on Arceus? And I think Arceus has backwards compatibility to home. So if you were building up a library in home, you're going to go find another game to go find these shinies, like Pokemon Go. Like, you just wait for a community day and you're guaranteed to get shinies. Like, so that is the only thing that I found a little bit let down with the underground. I loved the fact that they chuck all these random Pokemon in there, because it feels like the one thing I don't like, I struggle with Pokemon games. hate to feel like your teams are tailor-made. Like, if you're playing a Hoenn game, not a Hoenn game, like a Sinnoh game, you're gonna have a Starly. You're gonna have a Shinx. Yeah, a Shinx. Yeah, I took it out of my mouth. Yeah, and 90% of people are gonna be using either Torterra or Infernape.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because no one uses Empoleon. No, I even think it's a crap design, to be honest. So I really don't like it. So yeah, that's the one thing I find a little bit tedious. But as soon as they chucked in all these other Pokemon in there, I thought, this is great.
Yeah, that was better.
A lot better. So yeah, what else did you found enjoying on it?
Well, obviously, I think with me, this is the first time I ever took like the post game seriously. So with the Battle Tower, so obviously EV training, I've finally learned how to do that. So that's really what I enjoyed the most about it, was because the game, you know what's going to happen in the game. You're going to catch a load of Pokemon, beat a load of gyms, fight the bad guys, beat the Pokemon League.
Pretty much, yeah.
You know exactly what you're going to do.
Yeah.
The difference is how exactly, well, not even the house, it's what Pokemon you use. That's the only difference.
See, I had vaguely touched on it on another video. I don't know if you've seen. I did mention about you and Josh doing the competitive side more of it, and you learning about the EV training and IBs and whatnot. I vaguely have an idea, and like you've tried to touch base with me on it a bit before, and actually it's one of the few Pokemon games that I've actually been a lot more interactive competitively on it. And yeah, I do agree. I quite like it. I think it's a good style. It's reasonably quick. It's not too much to think about. You have it, and where it is an older Pokemon game, you've not got all these random new Pokemon just chucked in. It's just like, why is that guy on the team? What are they using it for? What's his weakness? Because the amount of times you get into a new Pokemon game and you're like, he looks like a fire type. Is he a fire type? And then you like,
so what Pokemon did I always have that with? There's so many I've had that with. I can't even remember. There's one because I swore was a fire type, but he isn't.
Yeah. No, I remember the first time. It was years ago. It was with Wishcash. I was like, why can't I kill this damn fish? It's like, fuck me. It was so tough, and I couldn't remember. You could tell it was a fish.
Electric attack, didn't you?
Try and use electric, and it's like, this is doing nothing. And then like
you realise it's a ground type.
It's funny. It's like the amount of people that like realistically, how many like name in say BDSP right now? Do you have a grass type?
Well, do I have grass type? Yeah, I've got a few.
Oh, okay. No, I mean like in your main team.
Yeah, Torterra.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you did pick a Torterra. But if you didn't pick a Torterra, like not many people would, because realistically, grass doesn't really cover a lot.
No, if it's not got a second type to back it to round itself out, then no,
it's no good. Yeah, because they don't really hit high. You don't get many grass type Pokemon that are like
they're tanks. That's usually what they are. Venusaur, Meganium, and Torterra are tanks. But that's literally it.
Meganium's like I love. It's probably one of my favourite design grass type starters, but it's just a terrible Pokemon. It is not very good overall, to be honest. But yeah, no, I think on a whole, like I've listened to a lot of podcasts and watched a lot of interviews and whatnot. And do you know what? The amount of people that have slated it, like I feel is quite unfair. Because if you want a game with better graphics and wild Pokemon here, there, and everywhere, go buy Sword and Shield. No one is making you buy this. Yeah, you don't have to buy this game. What was the other complaints I saw a lot about? Like the water. The graphics of the water. It's just like
it's water.
It's water, yeah. Like realistically, like if you're buying a game for pure graphics experience, go buy an Xbox. Go buy a PlayStation. Do you know what I mean? Like no one is there to make you to do any of this.
Yeah.
Like there is freedom in it.
They should go back and play Pokemon Red and Blue, and then they'll realise how good the graphics actually are.
When you literally just try to go back in time and play any first gen Pokemon game, and it's just like wow. Or try and play the original Diamond and Pearl. Good luck. There was something about on there. In the time it would take for you to hit a Chansey, the health bar to go down and stuff like that. Some of it's like 10, 20 seconds. And you don't realise how slow that really is until you actually witness it for yourself or like go back and play it again. Because how many, like that's like 15 years ago now.
Yeah, because don't forget Diamond and Sinnoh was relatively the same graphics as Hoenn was.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot. Yeah, it couldn't have been a lot between Ruby and Sapphire and that. Well, a year at most, and it's still the same console. Yeah. So yeah, no, I completely agree with you. If I was going to suggest a game to anyone to play, like especially a new player or someone who want to play for the first time, I probably would suggest Diamond or Pearl. I probably would say brilliant. Like, it's not a bad game to introduce people to.
Yeah, you're right. I would. I was going to say Sword and Shield, but I was like, no, because it's got too much in it for your first time.
It's too much, yeah.
And then if you go from there to say, because that's what I was expecting, pretty much the same stuff from Sword and Shield, just in the Sinnoh region.
Yeah.
And when it wasn't, I was a bit shocked by that. So yeah, if you've never played Pokemon before, yeah, that's go for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl first, and then go to Sword and Shield.
See, I recently just acquired another version of Fire Red, and to me, that is got to be the best game to suggest to someone to play for the first time.
Yeah, because they wouldn't have been able to play the original ones because you have to get a Nintendo.
And it still uses the original Kanto 150. Plus, you can go to. Can you go to Johto? Yeah, you do.
No, not in Fire Red and Leaf Green. You don't. It's basically Pokemon. Fire Red and Leaf Green is just red and blue.
No, I'm sure you can.
In graphics.
No, I'm sure it is red and blue, but you do have a second Elite Four, and you get a second lot of gyms.
No, that's in Golden Crystal. Because you do the Johto and then you go back to Kanto.
Yes, you do.
Because the Elite Four and the Johto one are all.
I know. I got confused. Heart Gold and Soul Silver when we were playing that. See, even that, I think that gets a hell of a lot of slate. That game, I think it's great. I really enjoyed Heart Gold, Soul Silver. I actually, as far as remakes go, I quite enjoy it because when I played all these games first times around, and it's exactly the same for you, the same age as me. Mate, we were like 10 to 15 years old, like playing most of these games. I don't really